Heilige Chevre, let me tell you about the Heilige Haran leader. He would sit Friday night and he would look at all the Yidden and he would say, maybe a taste of the fish for Shabbos. Maybe a taste of the soup for Shabbos. Maybe a taste of the chicken for Shabbos. Then he would look at everyone and he would say, did anybody here? Did anyone taste Shabbos? Did anyone taste Shabbos for Shabbos? So zusammen Chevre, let's taste Shabbos together. Let's taste Shabbos together. So sing with me.
Chavra, wow. 4 days until Shabbos. We are yearning, we are tasting it, we are smelling it, or we're trying to. 65 days until Purim, and 80 days of intense longing. Chavra, let's open up our hearts. Let's feel up Hashem Klal Yisrael. For Pesach Reuvin ben Yosef Asara, Bracha Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dodbe Etzchanu Cheved, Yonah Bas Basia, Shira Bas Basia, Sinai Reuvin ben Mani, and every neshama in Am Yisrael in the world. Hashem, surely faith is what you want. That is where your eyes are directed. Please help me and inspire me to have holy faith in you at all times without a moment's break. Bring me and all your people of Israel to perfect faith. Let us believe in you and your true tzaddikim without faltering. Let us be free of all confusion and not deviate from our faith in any way possible. Kira, it's great to see you in Krakow. It's great to see you. Cover a couple halachos for Shabbos. The custom has emerged that immediately following Lichadodi, prior to Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbos, the community receives any member who is in the midst of Shiva. At that point, the mourner enters the shul and is greeted by all the Hamakom Yinachem Etchem B'toch Sha'ara Avelas Yom Yerushalayim. Another halacha b'maisa. Over the years, the Kabbalistic prayer composed of God's name, Ana B'koach, was added before Lechadodi. Many shuls have relatively recently adopted this Sephardic custom of reciting poem Yedid Nefesh prior to beginning Kabbalah Shabbos. Amen. Halacha b'maisa. We're moving on to Sichot 6 to Sichot Vav. Last night was a tough one, Baruch Hashem. We powered through together. It was beautiful. Sichot 6, we all know, got the evil inclination. Rabbi Nachman says that it's like a prankster running through a crowd, showing his tightly closed hand. No one knows what he's holding. He goes up to each one and asks, what do you suppose I have in my hand? Right? What do you suppose? Each one imagines that the closed hand contains just what he desires most. Right? What's in this hand, you want the most. They all hurry and run after the prankster. Then when he has tricked all of them into following him, he opens his hand and it's completely empty. There's nothing in it. He has the whole chaver running after him, the whole oilam, and there's nothing in it at the end of the day. The same is true of the, just It's just coming to my head right now. It's like the new iPhone every single year. At this point, we're on the iPhone 15, we're on the iPhone 14, 15. In Israel, we're on the iPhone 3G. For those of you who know the bit, they know the bit. If not, not. But outside of Israel, they're on the iPhone 15. And every single year without fail, thousands and thousands of thousands of people wait on that line 3 a.m, 4 a.m. My dad actually did it one year. Unbelievable stuff. Came back with the new iPod Touch. The new iPod Touch, I think. It's when the iPod came out. Or the iPhone 3GS with the video. Right, but every single year, it's like one more pixel is added to the iPhone. Or like one more pixel, we all get excited. Or one more click and it brings you to this shortcut. But then there's nothing. You get the new iPhone, you wait on that line for 8 hours, 9 hours. You go on it, you get excited, and it's like, wait, my iPhone 11 was just as good. Maybe we all turn to kosher phones. The same is true of the evil inclination, Chavra. He fools the world, tricking it into following him. All men think that his hand contains what they desire. In the end, he opens his hand and there is nothing in it, and no desire is ever fulfilled. Right? The iPhone, most of the time, will not fulfill our desires when we have the previous iPhone. Worldly pleasures are like sunbeams in a dark room. They may actually seem solid, but he who tries to grasp a sunbeam finds nothing in his hand, right? It's completely nothing tangible. The same is true of all worldly desires. Now, Rav Nassan in Likutei Halachos describes this as a war, and that is the essence of our lives, right? In the past, since the time of creation, we've been fighting the Yidden, and been fighting against many kings. Many kings. And the evil kings represent the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, and his armies of angels. The Jews represents the person's own neshama going to war against this temptation. Ashrei to the person who's victorious. Chaver, just one more Maisa, and then we'll turn into the Chaver. Wow, Tamar is guarding Am Yisrael. How beautiful. And she's still stealing Torah. Unbelievable, Chaver. And Yoni's been working overtime at his internship. Counterterrorism, we all know. Still stealing Torah. Unbelievable. Donnie's about to embark on this crazy trip stealing Torah. Kira in Krakow, somehow his Wi-Fi stealing Torah. Unbelievable stuff, Chaver. Pinchas of Koretz used to say that the Yetzer Hara never ceases, right? It's always there at all times. When you think it's gone, it's still there. So he gives the example of a mikvah, a cold mikvah. It could be Erev Shabbos, some chaver go to the mikvah. It's a cold mikvah. You're like, oh, should I go? Should I not? It's cold. It's not good for my health. Right? That's the Yetzer Hara right there. It's telling you the health and this and that is too cold. I need a warmer mikvah. But then you break the Yetzer Hara. You're like, I'm going to go. The covered Shabbos, I'm going to go to this cold mikvah. And you go to the cold mikvah. It's freezing. You get out of there. You're like, you see me? You see me? I went to that cold mikvah. I'm ready for Shabbos. And Rav Pinchas, of course, is something so beautiful. And that's also the Yetzer Hara. It's making you into a Baal Gaiva. Or saying, look at me. I went to that cold mikvah. So, Chaver, we always have to be alert. We always have to be alert of the empty hands or the closed fists that really have nothing in it. We have to be careful with our thoughts and our words. And Bezrat Hashem, Chaver. Questions, comments, please feel free. I guess there's not much hype for the Samsung phones. Not much hype around it. Right? Indescribable, unbelievable stuff. That's what we love to see. That's what we love to hear. Chavra, we should all be healthy, happy, and successful. Whether you're embarking on a crazy, crazy journey, B'Shem Kol Yisrael. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. We're all going to be with Donala. Whether you're guarding the borders of Am Yisrael, Mamash, the biggest inspiration. Whether you're in Krakow, reading the Parsha from Rav Ari Zev, whether you're working overtime, whether you're in Jerusalem, on campus, outside of campus, running all of Herzliya like Shrasen is, Bezrat Hashem Chevra. We'll continue tomorrow night.